when you're parked on a hill, this is complicated and confusing. So to simplify this, here's what I've done. What you want to keep in mind is if something goes wrong with the car, if something goes wrong with the transmission, something slips out of gear, something goes wrong and malfunctions on the car and car starts rolling, we want the car to roll out of traffic or away from traffic. Now, here's how I have this divided up. These two cars are facing uphill. These cars are facing downhill. Now, I further divided it up into left and right. This column over here is what if we have a curb. This is if we have no curb. Okay? So, the first one, if we park along a curb and we're parked uphill, we're going to turn our wheels to the left. Because what's going to happen is, as we fall out of gear or whatever goes wrong with the vehicle starts to rock back, these front tires are going to rock right against the curb and act as a wheel chock so that the car can no longer move. So this curb is going to stop the car from moving. So we're going to turn our wheels to the left in this case. If we're uphill, but we have no curb, now we're going to turn them to the right. Because what's going to happen here is as the car slips out of gear, the front wheels are going to curve around, we're going to roll out of traffic and over here, hopefully into a field or into a tree or whatever we roll into that'll be safer than rolling into an oncoming car that's moving and could have kids in it. So the safest thing to do is we want the cars to roll away from traffic. Okay, now if we're facing downhill, now remember, if you're in the driver's seat, you're right here. So if we're facing downhill and we have a curb, we're going to turn our wheels to the right. So if we're downhill, turning to the driver's right side is over here. We're going to roll against the curb. The car's not going to go anywhere. To keep things simple, if we're downhill and there's no curb, we're still going to turn to the right. Because as we turn to the driver's right, as they're facing downhill, that car's going to roll out of traffic and hopefully someplace that'll do less damage than hitting an oncoming car. So the only time we don't turn right is right here, or is here. We're turning our wheels left as we're uphill with the curb. Uphill with the curb is left, everything else is right.